To the esteemed person who receives this letter, you are cordially invited, along with your fellow compatriots and family, to attend the first soiree in honour of His Grace, the Duke of Erlingham, in recognition of the recent adornment of his title. His Grace extends his personal invitation to you and kindly requests your presence at this event. Many persons of note and high standing shall be in attendance, so you shall certainly be in good company. The night's festivities shall commence from 9 o'clock in the evening, with introductions made courtesy of the new Duke himself, and guests will be permitted to take in the grounds of his new home. The Duke shall himself lead the proceedings of the evening, concluding the night as he sees fit, with speech and spectacle. You will of course be catered for, and elegant entertainment shall too be provided. You shall need gala-appropriate wear in order to attend. His Grace is not one to celebrate lightly. Please provide a response by the 10th of this month to Erlingham House. We humbly await your correspondence and anticipate your presence with fervent excitement. Signed, on behalf of His Grace, the Duke of Erlingham.
Your Grace, is everything ready for tonight? Yes, sir. All preparations have been made. The cooks have prepared an excellent spread, the musicians have tuned their instruments well in advance, and the provisions for your closing event have been personally secured by me. Shall I assume we need some more time to set up, then? Your Grace, you may have grown into an upstanding and accomplished young gentleman, but you're still the wee rapscallion I remember from years ago. Well, worry not, Malcolm. No matter how much time passes, I'll always have that spirit of the young rogue you knew and loved so dearly. How very reassuring, Your Grace. Should tonight prove to be the spectacle I hope it to be, then people shall be talking of my housewarming soiree for seasons to come. Perhaps word of note shall even pass to Buckingham Palace. No doubt Her Royal Highness will be humbled by your invitation and eagerly await your next gala. Well, as rude as it'd be to keep Her Highness waiting, I rather hope not to celebrate my movement into a new home quite so suddenly. There is still rather a lot to do before I may call this house ready. There are several rooms I have yet to redecorate, and I should like to enjoy some of the quieter pleasures of life after tonight's events. I feel as though I must restrain my desire for excessive festivities and enjoy the slower ebb and flow the city provides. Now that, sir, is truly a relief. Unfortunate as it may seem, Malcolm, I shall not be a young man forever. What's more, I rather think my new neighbours would grow to resent me were I to keep them up each and every night with the scale of my normal parties. And by neighbours, you of course mean the city itself. Touché. I often forget that my skill for sarcasm and satire I inherited from you. An impact I am exceedingly proud to have had upon you, Your Grace. Malcolm, do you suppose... Well, I mean, do you think that... were he here to see all of this, your father would be most proud to see his own sense of eccentricism is well embodied in yourself, sir. I'm sure he'd be overjoyed to attend. Would that he could. Your Grace, please forgive me. I didn't mean to cause any offence. It's quite all right, Malcolm, truly. It makes me happy to hear. Your father was truly an exceptional gentleman. The pinnacle of dignity, honour, goodwill, traits all exemplified By you, your grace. I have strived in all I have done to be half the man he was. I hope one day to be as great a man as he. As your father said, any caliber of men can be great. A man should strive for goodness in life, not greatness. True enough that greatness is, and always will be, the measure of one's deeds. But goodness is the measure of one's soul. It served him well. My father always did have the mind of a sage, even now whenever I do need him. His grace inspired goodness in all of us. Nary a soul he could regard with discontent. Yes, well, I'm sure were he here now, he'd tell me what a frightful drag I'm putting on the mood. Especially when I have yet to decide what I'm to wear. Now let's see. Malcolm, which colour do you think best befits the nature of the evening? Blue, white, or green? Your grace. I'm drawn to the blue. It certainly coincides with the extravagant nature of tonight, and I rather feel the white is, well, ceremoniously inappropriate. This is a soiree in my honour, after all. I'm not becoming a godfather this day. I wouldn't be so sure, your grace. Many of your guests seem keen to ask you a favour. They come to me today. Either way, it'd be wrong of me to keep my guests waiting. Are all the invited now in attendance? Perhaps a few stragglers, fashionably late, sir, like yourself. Your specially invited guest, too, has yet to arrive. Oh, the Baron of Victoria. I had rather hoped his early journey would allow him to attend. Not the Baron, sir. The other invited guest of yours. Ah, of course. Well, the delay, if nothing else, allows me more time to prepare myself. Shall I halt the proceedings, your grace? No, it's quite all right, Malcolm. I shall be ready to greet my assorted guests momentarily. Very good, sir. Oh, and sir, try the green. It is after all the colour of good fortune, and I believe it befits the style of your soiree the best. Green. Rather a good choice. Yes, it'd certainly make an impression. I'm sure this will catch many eyes. Very bold, very stark. And it's exactly right for the night. Fits like a glove. Funny, I felt apprehensive about the night ahead, and yet, somehow, wearing this, it makes me feel at ease. Perhaps I should have worn this when I had that ghastly meeting with Lord Cragmouth. Maybe I would have felt... Perhaps I would have had his confidence. Oh, come on now, Vaughn. Enough stalling. It's showtime, Father. Esteemed guests, lords, ladies, your esteemed host, His Grace, the new Duke of Erlingham. Thank you, friends. Thank you dearly. I'm honoured to host you all here tonight to celebrate with me. It is indeed a rarity that I may be joined by so many familiar faces, and a surprise to you all, I'm sure. You're all clearly aware of how introverted I am. I'm glad to see the Earl of Farnham is in attendance this eve. I'm certain you all heard about his lordship's recent accident on the polo field. Thankfully, his gracious wife was able to take his stead and win the game. My dear sir, It's a wonder she doesn't take your place permanently. She's clearly in the saddle in every other aspect of your marriage. Why not allow her to ride the horse too? But it is a pleasure for me to have such a warm reception on such an occasion. I assure you, you shall not regret your attendance tonight. I know many of you are friends of my father's, and therefore have a certain expectation for me to meet. I can wholeheartedly say to each of you who have joined me tonight that tonight will be a celebration to rival those soirees which even my father once hosted. But do not simply take my word for it. Please, I invite you all to enjoy your night. My friends, this is where the fun begins. Well, don't hold back. It's a dance hall, not a museum. To the floor, my friends, and have a good night. Seems the evening's off to a good start. A lot of people on the dance floor in just under 3 minutes. I think that's a new personal best. I suppose I should make the rounds. Yes, very good to see you. Hello, how have you been? Oh, I'm in wonderful health, thank you. Oh. There he is. Well, it certainly took them long enough.